was definitely at my lowest, which was like, pretty recent, a couple months ago. Um, Man, I just honestly, I let it eat me up. I kept thinking about like the worst shit, and there came a time where like I just kept thinking about it over and over and over. Then it's part of me was like, all right, like you hate this so much, like I kept telling me like, man, I just can't wait. I can't wait until I start feeling good. I just can't wait. Like I was very eager to like feel that, and it just felt like torture. Like it just felt like I was not getting out of that slump. I was going day after day, and it just felt like years. And just the whole thought process, I told myself, I'm never gonna put myself in this position again.
When you're in that position, you just think back to when I was happy, when shit seemed easy, when everything felt good. And just like I said, you're waiting for that feeling. Another song from the album, right? Nothing Was the Same was From Time, and that has Drake and Janae on it, right? And he says, I like when money makes a difference, but don't make you different. Started realizing a couple places I could take it. I want to get back to when I was that kid in the basement. I want to take it deeper than money, pussy, vacation. And it's just like when things felt easy, when you were literally a kid, when you were that person that had no worries, and you were the person that all you had was a dream in a sense. There wasn't an expectation to get shit done. There wasn't an expectation of who you want to be.
This is Sad Boy Radio.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Sad Boy Radio. I'm your host, Matt, and today we got a returning guest. He's not special. Well, maybe a little special, but respectfully. Hey, bro, go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? My name's Kique. Here we go again, round 2. I'm ready to play.
I know it hasn't really been too long since we fucking did our last one, but honestly, bro, I just had some shit that I needed to get off my mind, off my chest, and I was like, fuck it. Me and Kique went crazy last time, so let's do it again.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Before we get into it, though, bro, I really want to go over, like, what you've been up to, right? You took a little small hiatus from DJing, so go ahead and talk about it. What initiated that hiatus?
I just actually got a good job right now, and you know what? Overall, I just started thinking about just the future. I started really emphasizing that a lot, and kind of really what I wanted, like, as a goal, like, for myself, like, within life. So pretty much, man, I just thought about, like, this offer that came to me, and you know what? Like, I really love what I'm doing. Like, I love DJing and everything. But at the same time, it's like, what do I really want? And honestly, I took some deep thought into that, and, I really want to get my shit together. I, like, for once, I think I mentioned it before, like, me, like, buying a house is a big goal of mine. And, that comes with credit, and that comes with a lot of responsibility. And I just know, like, that's the right thing to do. And, I see myself doing a lot. And I feel like with this job, like, it's definitely going to help me out more than what I'm doing. And I know I could bring a lot to the table. And I definitely want to, like, challenge myself, because I'm still going to be DJing. And I'm still gonna be, like, trying to, like, doing stuff like this. Like, I love being creative, hanging out with a lot of, like, my friends that are in the creative industry and stuff like that. But at the same time, like, I have to, like I have to double down and actually, like, really think about what I really want in life. I don't want to be 30 and still struggling, Like, I'm 25 right now, and, like, by the time I'm giving myself, like, 26, 27, I already want everything together where I'm, like, satisfied and happy with life, and I have no stress. Like, I know I'm, like, mature. I see myself being mature. I see myself fully grown up. I'm proud of myself. Like, 11-year-old, 12-year-old Kique is proud of himself. So that's what I'm going. That's my goal right now, and I'm gonna achieve it. And I'm pretty confident. I'm excited for this challenge, to be honest.
Damn, man, I'm excited for you, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
But you really hit it on the head, right? You really hit what I've been thinking about lately, and it's having to grow up, but also trying to maintain, who you've been before. You want to maintain those qualities that you've had your whole life, and sometimes it's just time to let go of those things, right? Sometimes it's like, damn, like, I don't want this to be the end of what I'm doing. I don't want this to be the end of who I was, but now I've reached a point in my life where I kind of have to make that decision, and you're torn between what you want and what you have to do. You know what I'm saying? Before we get fully into it, guys, make sure you go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe, and don't miss this one. Like I said, you're stuck between this idea, right? You're stuck between this idea of who I want to be and who I am, and it's just kind of like there's no balance. There's no exact way to figure out what that is. how to make it the right thing, right? And I took a song from Drake, Furthest Thing. And he says, somewhere between psychotic and iconic, somewhere between I want it and I got it, somewhere between I'm sober and I'm lifted, somewhere between a mistress and committed. And Drake really details these two parallels, right? These parallels of where you are and where you want to be, right? And he's in neither of those places right now. He's in neither the spot of, being of I want it and I got it.
Right.
Like, bro, that's exactly what we were just talking about, right? I still want so much more for this shit. I still want to be so much more successful than I already am. But we've had our successes, right? We've had our successes where we've had the Sabas commenting, liking. We've had Big Sean, Cole Bennett liking our shit.
Congrats on that. That's dope.
Thank you, bro. And it's one of those things where you're like, okay, I'm getting recognition from these big ass people, from these people who are huge in this industry, but at the same time it's okay, how do I grab their attention? How do I make them see that, okay, this is who I am. Let's do work. Let's make something happen.
Right.
And there's just this feeling of not being satisfied, of feeling like, man, I got this, but I don't have it.
I guess I could say, like, with my own, like, personal experience, man, like, within these past 8 months, man, it's been a long journey, like, I took the risk where I took a break from, like, recently I took a little break from DJing, I had to really think about what I really wanted to do in life, and, I thought about it, I'm satisfied about it. I realized I could manage to do both things and still be satisfied, like, there's no such thing as just doing one specific thing, because you make the best out of your own life, like you feel satisfied doing both and you feel like you're okay with all that, then why not? Like, I think that's the realization I came with, because I was going 110% DJing, I was risking a lot of things, like, just to, like, grow as a DJ. And I guess, like, during that whole process, I just went through, like, a stop, and I took 3 steps back, and I realized, okay, like, what do I really want? Not just as a DJ, but just as a person, as in life. I thought about all those things, and I'm like, all right, like, previously I had a really good job before that previously, and I was like, I could get a lot more out of myself, not just as a DJ. I could get a lot more out of myself. Like, do I really want to put myself through that challenge and try to get the best out of myself? And I thought about, I was like, yeah, like, doing those two things, like, is a challenge, but it's going to satisfy me as a person. Like, it's going to be, I know I'm capable of accomplishing a lot of those things, like, me doing those two things, it's something that, like, I'm actually, like I said, like, it brings me joy, like, I know what it takes, because it's not just, like, working and, like, DJing. Like, I want to take care of myself. Like, that means working out. I want to eat right, and with all this little free time that I have now, I have to learn how to time management, like, even if it means, like, waking up at 5 a.m. to work out. And, like, I started doing that, and I learned to like it, which is kind of crazy, because 2 years ago me would have been like, that's kind of fucked. Like, why are you doing that? But, like, doing those things and eating right and, just overall, like, just kind of just realizing what you want and how to, like, get out of that middle part, you just got to, it takes a lot out of you, but once you realize that, you'll start feeling good.
Being stuck in that middle is, like, it's taxing. It's really taxing on your mental health, and just I feel it. And I feel like every week I've just kind of been going through the motions, where I'm just getting stuff done to get it done. And trust me, like, I love doing this shit. I still love being able to talk to people. I still love doing the editing. I used to hate editing. Now I like doing that shit. It takes me time to sit down and do it, but once I get going, it's done within 2-3 hours now. Before, it used to take 6-8 hours. And I've just felt like I've been in this space where, like I said, I'm stuck between what I want and what I know is good for me. And it's such a hard thing to deal with. And listening to that Drake album, right, Nothing Was the Same, it really does feel like, nothing was the same, because I'm doing all these things and I'm getting this recognition, but at the same time, like, I'm no different than what I've been. I'm no different than who I've been for years, right? I'm no different from who I was a year ago when I started this shit, at least to me, right? we all have this idea and perception of who we are and the characteristics we have and who we're supposed to be and who we want to be. But in reality, we really do grow, and we change all the time. We change in ways that nobody can tell us.
Like I said, like there's nothing wrong with that, man. Like I guess it's just from experience, man. Like I've seen like people that are way older than me. Like I could just tell like they're going through some shit, and like for the most part, like I'm not no one to judge, but like I'm assuming it's all like through financial issues and stuff like that. And like honestly, like that's my biggest fear, man. Like I don't want to be like I don't want to be 30 or like mid 30s and kind of like still going through it, you know, where I feel like I don't have it together, which is okay though. Like it's okay. Everybody has their own start.
It's like that fear.
It's just my own fear. Like that's what I don't want to happen, and I know I have the power to like not let it happen, you know. So like touching back on like what do I really want, and you know, it's pretty much it, man. Like, and don't get me wrong, like it didn't hurt or anything. Like making that decision, like it was all being satisfied. I'm really happy with myself, you know. Like I'm happy I'm making other people happy because of it, you know. Like for example, like my family, like my mom's like she recently told me like I'm proud of you for like everything that you've done so far and like what you're doing now. Like just know that like I'm proud of you, and that felt really good, you know, especially because my mother, you know. The main thing I want to do is make her happy. It's my mother. I want to make her happy 110% all the time. And like the times I make her disappointed, it's like fuck, like I'm a piece of shit. So like just hearing those words come out of her and her knowing she doesn't have to really like worry about me it's a big weight like off of my shoulders. How
do you feel now though, knowing that you had to make that decision?
I know there's big sacrifices obviously within like DJing and stuff like that. But like I said, man, like now I feel good, you know. Like honestly, I feel like I'm doing things that I want to do, not because I have to, you know. Like for example, like I'm excited waking up early. I'm excited getting the shit that I have to do. Like I'm excited getting all that done. Then when I come home, I feel happy. I feel good. I don't feel stressed. I don't feel like this isn't what I want. Like I feel like what I'm doing right now are things that are making me happy, you know. And for the most part, I feel like if that's what it is and that's how you're feeling consistently now, and like just go with it, you know. Who cares what other people think? Who like don't worry, don't get me wrong, people are like, oh, like where you been, you know, and all that. And I keep it really close, like in my close friends. Like I post a lot just on my close friends, you know. So it's like as long as like the ones that are my close friends, you're in it. As long as that they know, it's okay, man. Like I have no explaining to do for anybody. Like I'm happy, my family's happy, like I'm healthy, like it's a good feeling, man. And it took a lot though. It took a lot of realization and a lot of like reality checks, but you know, it feels good. It feels good to kind of like feel like I'm getting out of that like dark hole in a way.
In a sense, don't you feel like you're losing a part of yourself though, taking that step away from the creative aspect?
Yeah, it feels like I am losing that part, but I mean, I'm always gonna have that no matter what. Like I'm still gonna be able to like DJ. I'm still gonna be there, you know, like not as often, which is okay, you know. Like I met a lot of great friendships through there, and I mean, they're not like, I feel like I build a relationship with them that they're not gonna just like disown me because of that, you know. So like it's just like overall, it's just, you know, like although that does suck, at the same time it's like it's okay. Like I'm growing up. That's part of the process in a way, you know. I'll be around.
You're getting old.
I'm getting old. My back.
It's kind of like a fear of mine, right? Obviously, because that's what I do. I'm the person that's supposed to be social. I'm the person that's supposed to go out to these events and talk to these people. And when it comes to not giving my 100% to something that I've given my 100% to for every day for the past year, it's like, damn, what am I doing? Why am I not focusing as much as I should be? And for me, it really does feel like I'm in this hole of how the fuck do I get out at this point? Like I said, I made this specific topic and I made this specific episode and asked you to come here because I was like, man, I need to do something, because for a couple weeks now I've just been like, it's bad, right? And continuing with that Drake song, right, Furthest Thing, it says, promise to break everybody off before I break down. Everyone just wait now. So much on my plate now. People I believed in, they don't show their face now. What they got to say now, nothing they can say now. Nothing really changed, but they still look at me away now.
That's crazy.
Like I said, nothing really changes, but you start having these successes. You start having these expectations of, okay, this is who you are now. You're this person that makes this shit. You're this person that talks about this every week. You talk about something new. You bring on all these guests. You talk to these people all the time. And you're out at all these events. You're that guy that's out at all these events.
Right.
But nothing really changed from the message of what I've been saying this whole time. Nothing's changed about the fact that there's shit that's still going on in my life all the time. There's shit that, like, we don't always talk about. And I love that I've been able to spotlight these people. I love that I've been able to have these people on and have them share their story. But at the same time, it's like, man, I created this shit because I was going through some shit. So for me to be able to take a step back and say, hey, I need to talk about this, I think it was very important, right? Because when you're unhappy, you need to let people know that shit. You need to let people know, like, hey, I'm not okay. And I don't know when I'll be okay. But that's the thing about that shit, right? You just kind of keep going until one day you kind of fake it till you make it. You know what I'm saying? It's just with those situations, I really come to the realization of I'm going to continue to have this internal conflict. I don't know when the fuck it's going to end, but eventually it's got to get better, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You feel like you pretty much dug yourself in this hole, like the way you quote unquote. But at the same time, it's like you only know like what you can do. Like if you feel like 110% is what you're gonna keep doing, no matter what, then hey man, like by all means keep doing it. You know, because one, if you're happy with this and you see a light at the other end, keep doing it. No one's gonna understand except you, and that's okay. You know. And like you asked me, like, did I feel like I was gonna like lose a part of like my creative thing? Yeah, I did. But honestly, like my I think the only difference with me was like I was okay with it. You know, like I really don't feel like I have to prove to anybody. Like I know I'm like creative in a way. You know, like I know like I'm all these things. You know, and I'm satisfied with what I'm doing now. But don't get me wrong. Like I know there's people that are going 110%, and they want to see that light by going 110%, and that's completely fine because you know what, they're doing things that a lot of people don't normally do, and that's what makes them different. That's what makes them like special in a way, and they're building a drive that no one really has, because like when shit hits the fan, they're still going hard, they're still going crazy, and those are things that, you know, like society's all like they're scared to do. Like they're scared to take that jump, that risk, and you can't blame them. Like they see something else. The way they think is different. Like they love this shit. It's a passion. So why not keep going? You know, like that's something that you don't expect people to understand. Like only you understand. And I mean, I felt that for a minute. And what got me the most was kind of like, you know, I talked to a lot of like creatives that were way older than me, and you know, they gave me the talk too as well. Like, hey, like you're young right now, you're only getting older. Like, it's okay to like think about like what you want out of life. Like, it's okay to like think about like shit that adults are gonna have to think about. You know, it's okay to do that. You know, but you could still also have your creative side, and that's what got me. I'm like, you know what, like that it is okay. Like, it's fine to do that. And going back to like I expect a lot out of myself, and you know, I don't think I was at a standard that I saw myself at like these past months. So like I got tired of like these games. Like I knew what I had to do. I just had to put my head down and just keep like grinding and try to like pretty much build that happiness that was inside me that was kind of like eating me up, you know, like. So me doing this kind of like it's my version of like seeing the light, you know.
So you feel like pursuing an actual career at this point is what's gonna be the most beneficial for you?
From my perspective, yes. Like based on like what I'm going through, yes. I'm not saying that's for everybody though, because like we're not all the same, you know. It's everybody, whatever makes them happy makes them happy.
It's just you saying that really makes me think that, damn, at some point there does have to be a choice, right? You have to choose, like, okay, what am I gonna do? Where do I want to be? Who do I want to be? And what parts of me do I want to take with, right? Just like I was saying earlier. And it's funny because I was watching Big Sean's freestyle with Funk Flex from a couple years ago, and he says, where I was and where I wanted to be felt like a mismatch. And man, it's like I said, it that's just me every day right now. It's like I want to be this person, but I'm not.
Right.
I'm still I want to be this person. I want to be this person.
Right.
I want to still hold on to this part of me that still loves to be able to go out, that still feels like I got that energy. And then there's still this person inside of me that's like, nah, you can't be like that no more. It's not you no more. That's not who you are no more.
That's the beauty of it, though. Like, because you're you're 23?
22.
22. That's the beauty of it. The beauty of it is that you can feel like that. You can have the best of both worlds. You can, like, you thinking that, it's okay. Like, you're going through this process right now where you're having all these experiences. You're you know, it's part of being your young 20s. Like, these are the things you need to experience, you know, like, because by the time you don't want to be 32 and be like, man, like, where you're thinking now, you don't want to think that by the time you get older, you know, like, this is where it's okay to do all those things, you know, like, go out, have fun, keep going crazy, keep going 110%, because you don't even know where it's going to take you. So you have that allowance right now that you're young, that you could do those things, you know, and that's the beauty of it, you know, like, it's okay, that, you know, that's the way I take it. Like, this is where you're supposed to experience all these uncomfortable feelings, like, with inside you, you know.
Man, I'm gonna keep referencing this song because
go ahead.
man, just that beginning part of the song really hits home, right? Because next he says is, what more can I say now? You might feel like nothing was the same. I still been drinking on the low, mobbing on the low, scheming on the low, the furthest thing from perfect, like everyone I know.
Yeah.
That's true, right? Nobody's perfect. Everybody I fucking know isn't perfect. They wish they were. They're not, right? It's what more can I say now? Nothing was the same, and yeah, nothing is the same. Nothing's going to be the same, and like I said, we still feel like we're these people, right? We still have these ideas and perceptions that we are these people that can do whatever we want, that are still going to be the same no matter how many years pass, but that's just not true.
Right.
That's never going to be the truth. You don't ever remain the same as you've been, as you were, as, like, you're not the same person you were when I met you, right?
You know what? That was recent, and that seemed like it was a long time ago because of, like, my whole perception on everything still. Like, God forbids, like, you're still the same, like, as, like, 5 years later, you know? Like, your whole goal is to change for the better, you know? Because you're not the perfect person off the bat. Everybody goes through shit that brings them down. Everybody goes through shit that changes them, you know? And the whole goal is to, like, once you deal with all these experiences, is to learn, grow, and change, you know, and for the better. Clearly not for the worse, because if that's the case, then fuck, something's going wrong. But
even for the worse, bro, all the experiences change you, whether it's for better or for worse.
For the worse, as in a learning experience, like, you know what, I'm never gonna do that again. Yes, but, like, I was more rephrasing to, like, say, like, something happened and now you're just going to jail and back, like, no, that's the last thing you want to do, you know.
Fucking Kique went the fucking extreme route.
That's crazy.
Damn it, bro. Have a serious conversation.
Hey, man, we gotta laugh a little bit.
Nah, I feel you.
Live, love, laugh.
For you, you know, how did you use your slump to better yourself?
When I was definitely at my lowest, which was, like, you know, pretty recent, a couple months ago, man, I just honestly, I let it eat me up. I kept thinking about, like, the worst shit, and there came a time where, like, I just kept thinking about it over and over and over. Then, you know, part of me was like, all right, like, you hate this so much, you know, like, I kept telling him, like, man, I just can't wait. I can't wait until I start feeling good. I just can't wait. Like, I was very eager to, like, feel that, and it just felt like torture. Like, it just felt like I was not getting out of that slump. You know, I was going day after day, and it just felt like years. And just the whole thought process, I told myself, I'm never gonna put myself in this position again. I'm never gonna allow myself to be in this position again. I'm like, everything that I'm doing wrong, like, it's kind of shifted to another gear, man. Like, I know what I did wrong. Like, all those wrongs, it's now to start doing, like, now it's time to do all those rights. You know, like just baby steps, you know. And honestly, it was just little things that kind of, like, slowly made me want to better myself. Like, for example, you know, and, like, I talk to you about it all the time, like, just, like, hitting the gym every day. Like, me doing that made me feel good. I'm like, all right, what's next? I'm like, all right, you know, like, go see your family a lot more. Go spend time. Like, I have a sister. Go spend time with your family. Like, go do that more than what you were doing. You know, just to like feel good about yourself. Be there. Be a good person. You know, and like kind of like doing all these little things. You know, allowed me to like just get out of that slump and kind of like it made me rethink. Like, you know, like you do got this and you have really good intentions and you do want to better yourself and others. You know, like so you're gonna be okay, man. Like as much as it sucks and as much as you want this to end, like it's okay. You know, like that's what I kept telling myself. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. Give it time. You'll get out of it. And like I'm not fully out, but you know, I feel like I'm taking big steps now. I'm taking steps forward where I don't have to second guess anymore. Like man, like I don't feel good. I don't know what's going on. Like why? But like these big steps recently, like making me like finally satisfied.
And you feel like you're waiting for that moment that you're gonna be happy again, where you're gonna feel like, man, I'm happy. I feel peak joy right now. Right. And when you're waiting for those things to happen, it just constantly feels like it never will.
That was probably the worst part, where it's like I want it so bad that I don't even think it's gonna happen because it just doesn't seem like it's in the ballpark right now. It seems like it's so far like away from me, and kind of sucks. That's what kept me away from like a lot of my family, because I didn't want them to like see me like not okay. And that was the last thing I wanted them to worry about. So like me feeling like that like made me do a lot of things that I regret. And you know, like it feels good kind of seeing my family now and them knowing that I'm okay and that I'm happy with myself. And I feel like there's more to talk about than the problem now. Now we can actually like continue on with the life that we all wanted together, you know, as a family and stuff. And even with my friends, the same thing as well.
You know, when you're in that position, you just think back to when I was happy, right, when shit seemed easy, when everything felt good. And just like I said, you're waiting for that feeling. Another song from the album, right, Nothing Was the Same, was From Time, and that has Drake and Janae on it, right? And he says, I like when money makes a difference but don't make you different. Started realizing a couple places I could take it. I want to get back to when I was that kid in the basement. I want to take it deeper than money, pussy, vacation. And it's just like when things felt easy, when you were literally a kid, when you were that person that had no worries and you were the person that all you had was a dream in a sense. There wasn't an expectation to get shit done. There wasn't an expectation of who you want to be.
Right.
There was just this dream and a goal, and I'm going to do this, and it's going to be dope. I don't give a fuck who listens. I don't give a fuck who's doing what. I don't give a fuck if somebody likes my post. Right. And eventually you reach a point where that money does make a difference. You reach a point where that attention does make a difference. And for me, it's kind of sad because before I could always say, right, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck who watches. And I mean, I still feel that.
Whoever doesn't like me, man, I don't give a fuck. Like that's my way, my take on it to this day.
I still feel that in a sense, but I can't 100% say I don't give a fuck if nobody watches. Right. Because once you have a certain expectation of yourself, you don't want to disappoint yourself. Exactly. You don't want to take a step back and say, damn, I fucked up, or damn, I'm losing now. Mm-hmm. If I had 200 views a week ago and now I'm only doing 50, what the fuck went wrong? Right. But it goes deeper than just the views. It goes deeper than just the attention, right? It goes into anything you do. It goes into your work, right? Exactly, yeah. If you're getting things done every single day and you're the top of your job, and then the next day you're getting yelled at by your boss, you're going to feel shitty. You're going to feel like, damn, what the fuck? Oh, why is my day so bad? What the fuck did I do wrong? You know what I'm saying? So for me, I when I heard that line, I'm like, yeah, I do wish I could take it back to when I had no fucking worries. I wish that I could take it back to just us chopping it up and fucking talking bullshit on here.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, that's all it really was. It was, damn, I have this issue and I have these feelings that haven't gone away for a long time. Let me fucking talk about it. And in reality, I haven't been as truthful with myself as I've been in the past.
I agree with that, man. Honestly, especially with that last part that you said, like it's like you weren't being as truthful, man. Like I feel like it's the whole process of growing up, man. Like don't get me wrong, like I feel like just in general as adults, man, we look back when we were younger, like man, like I wish I would have appreciated those days way more. Like it's funny because like when you're young, your parents tell you, you know, like these are the days you're not gonna take back, you know, like those high school days you just run around, you know, after school, just just mess around. You have no worries. All you had to worry about, you played a sport, just worry about playing that sport, and obviously your homework and stuff. But like other than that, you had no worries, and it's like it's crazy because like they told us, they told us to enjoy it, and it's now that we're getting older, it's like fuck. But at the same time, I was like, we're getting older, yeah, I feel like that's part of maturing. You start realizing more interests. Like, yeah, I do wish when I was younger, but like my interest now is to like, I want to grow up and be successful now. Like I feel like that was kind of the hard truth that I had to deal with. Because I was so stuck on like this certain thing the whole time that I had to take a step back and kind of like just think about like I had to be truthful to myself, and I realized like part of this like maturing process is something that I'm want to be interested in. I want to invest in it. I want to take care of myself and do all these things. I want to be a part of something where at the end of the day, like I'm happy with it. People around me are okay. Like I want to set a good example for everybody as well. I have a little sister. Be a good example for her. Like I just don't want them to know it's just geeky party and all that, which is fine. Like I'm still young. Like to this day I love partying still. It's okay, but like you could have both worlds at the same time. You just got to be mature enough to handle both processes, which is why I'm saying I could do both. Like I don't think I'm that immature.
Just like you said about success, right? You want to have that success, but sometimes it comes down to the point where you can have everything. You can have everything you ever wanted, but you still feel unfulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
You feel that empty feeling of, damn, what's missing in my life? Why am I not happy with the position that I put myself in and the things that I've accomplished? Because I've always been like that. I've always been the person that can never accept the wins. I've never been able to say like, damn, that shit was dope as fuck, and appreciate the moment for what it was. Like I said, when Big Sean liked our post, yeah, I was happy, but my second thought was, not even my second thought, my first thought was, okay, what's next? What are we going to do? How do we capitalize? It wasn't, damn, Big Sean liked our shit. Hell yeah. It was, what do I got to do now? Because, yeah, that feels good, but okay. And it's kind of like a shitty place to be in, right? It's good because you have that hunger. You have that feeling of, okay, hell yeah, let's keep going. But it's shitty to not be able to accept your wins and to feel like, man, there's always something to do. Right. It never feels like you're successful. And sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but
you're good. Keep going.
It's like another bar from that song from Time, right? I search for something I'm missing and disappear when I'm bored. And he was talking about that in the sense of girls, right? He searches for something that he's missing in all these different girls, and he disappears when he gets bored. And it's like, that applies to anything. That applies to anything in your life, right? You search for something that you're missing, and once you find that, once you achieve that, once you grab it, it's like, okay, now something else is missing in my life.
Going back to like, you could do both, man. Like I think having that more is good. It's natural for you to, if you want to get better, that's natural. Like that's part of the process of like you wanting to better yourself. You wanting whatever you're doing to grow. Like you're gonna want more, which is totally okay. Like although it is bad because you're never satisfied, at the same time it's like once you like you realize that like fuck, that kind of sucks because I always want what's next. If you realize that, then like take a little step back and be like, you know what, my next accomplishment, I'm gonna enjoy it. But in the back of my head, it's okay because I know there's more in the future. Like I'm gonna want more, but like also like embrace it. Like enjoy yourself. Like let enjoy that time that you have with that accomplishment. Because honestly, hitting goals and reaching accomplishments, it's, I mean, God forbid, everybody wants them easily, But like for the most part, it's pretty hard, man. And so my biggest thing is like enjoy that. Like it's cool to have that next, but have your boys around, have everybody like tell you're doing a great job, embrace it, like let everybody know like you deserve it, like you deserve those positive energy, that positive energy, you know. But once you're done, you know, like obviously, you know, it's on to the next. All right, what's my next goal? What's my next accomplishment? What else should we hit? You know, like what else do I want to do that's gonna make me get that accomplishment? Because once I hit that accomplishment, I want to enjoy it again, you know. And that's what they do. Like just referring to sports, you know, when they win championships, they enjoy it. They go on these little parade. They're with their families. They're going out. But at the same time, it's just that hunger. Like these people are in the gym like a week later. They had that little week off. They had a great time, but now they're like back in the gym. And I just feel like that should apply to everybody else. You know, like it's okay. You know, you worked hard, you earned it.
In a sense, it's harder to do that, right? Because just like I said, I want to be that person that can enjoy that.
Of course, yeah.
But at the same time, I've just never been that person. I've never been the person to just take a step back and be like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And especially doing this every week, right? At what point do you stop? At what point do you take a step back and say, damn, look at everything I've done. I've done it a couple times on this show, right? I've done a couple episodes where I'm like, hey, look at everything, single thing we've accomplished.
Yeah.
But at what point do you really get to do that? Say for a DJ, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say your week starts Wednesday, right? You go through Sunday, Wednesday through Sunday. You're probably prepping for your gigs Tuesday. You got Monday to at least, you know, soak it in, right? Yeah. You got Monday to figure shit out. And I don't want to say that like, oh, DJs don't got shit hard, right? Everybody has hard shit. Everybody has to deal with their things and find that time balance. But with this, it's like, you miss a day, oh, you're fucked. Your engagement out the window. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's how it feels. It feels like I'll break down the schedule, right? Monday, I got to at least color grade. Color grading takes a day because say you do it, you take a step back, come back, and it looks bad, you got to redo it. Right. Tuesday, start editing. Wednesday, we record. But don't forget that we got to write the outline. Thursday, edits got to be done. Friday's post. Saturday, Sunday, you got to post on Instagram type shit. And it's little things that, you know, probably take 10 minutes, but to have to think about it every day, it's like, fuck, bro. When do I got that time for me again? Especially when you pick up other shit, right? When you pick up other people's priorities and other people's feelings and other people's thoughts, you're like, fuck, like, I don't even worry about myself no more. I worry about other people more than I do myself.
Right.
So it's one of those hard realizations to come to of, who do I got to give a fuck more about? Do I got to give a fuck more about me and care about what's going on with me and figure out me? Or do I still want to maintain these relationships with people, maintain these relationships with anybody who comes into my life, and I feel like if I don't give them what they need, then oh well, you know what I'm saying?
Right, no.
And for a long time, I was that person that was like, hey, if you can't deal with what I got going on, fuck you. Peace out.
Respectfully.
So I'm going to give you the real bar that Drake said. I took out part of it because I didn't want to get into this shit, but I was like, fuck it. He says, my mother is 66 and her favorite line to hit me with is, who the fuck wants to be 70 and alone? You don't even know what you want from love anymore. I search for something I'm missing and disappear when I'm bored. But girl, what qualities was I looking for before?
That's crazy.
All right. Exactly what he said, right? Who the fuck wants to be 70 and alone? And especially when you're young, you're kind of in that position where, damn, if I don't find what I want right now, when do I find it? Right. If like I said, you find yourself between, I want to be this person, but I want to be this person, just like Drake said, somewhere between a mistress and commitment. Literally, you're stuck between that, right? And just like I said, who the fuck wants to be 70 and alone? You don't even know what you want from love anymore. That's a real thing that a lot of people don't know, right? A lot of people don't know what the fuck they're getting themselves into. They just kind of feel the vibe, go with it, and they don't know what they're searching for. I'm searching for something I'm missing and disappear when I'm bored. Right. I can have everything I ever wanted in a person, and once that's gone, it's like, oh well, peace out.
Right.
But girl, what qualities was I even looking for? What was I really fucking looking for? Was I looking for the company? Was I looking for that that feeling that you gave me, what was it?
Just like with my own like personal experience, man, with all that. Like, don't get me wrong, like there'll be times where I'm like, man, I kind of like want to meet somebody and kind of like enjoy myself with them, you know, like that does sound pretty dope. But then like I know I'm just like I just realized it, man. Like everything happens for a reason. Like the one that I'm gonna meet, you know, like that which I think about is like it's gonna happen naturally, man. I don't want to force it, you know. Like I'm not gonna try to look for somebody, you know, if it's not there, you know. For the most part, man, I'm just chilling. I think I'm too caught up in like trying to like work on myself still, that I kind of tell myself, I'm like, if it's not there, then it's not there. Like, don't trip about it. Cause me personally, that's the last thing I want to do. Like, I definitely don't want to like trip over a girl right now, and I have a lot of shit to do on myself.
Nobody wants to trip over a girl.
Yeah, and you know what? I see a lot of people like do that, and I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, you have worry about like getting a good job, or just worry about making yourself happy or something. Like, why are you like letting this girl determine, like, vice versa too, you know, like it happens to girls as well, but it's like, why are you letting this person like take you down, bro? There's so much in life right now, and especially if you're young, and I'm like too busy caught up in that where I just, you know, like, I think it's just overshadowing. Like, all right, this person, I don't feel the energy. All right, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Like somebody else will probably come by. Like, who knows when, but somebody else will come by.
It's the idea of why do you put your happiness on somebody else?
Exactly. And I feel like we've all done that before, though, you know? I'm just so caught up in it where, like, I learned from my mistakes now. Like, I don't want to, like, be in that position again. You know, I don't want to, like, feel that way because of somebody. Like, I feel like I'm really selfish right now where, like, I'm going to make myself happy. Like, you're not going to tear me down. You're not going to make me sad. You know, like, I want to be happy, and this is going to make me happy, and I don't want to be mean or bogus, but, like, I'm sorry. You know, like, maybe it just leads to, like, you just not replying anymore. Like, I just don't want to, like, I don't want you to keep, like, messing with me in a way, you know?
Sometimes it's harder to do that when you have that connection with somebody, right? Once you build that connection, it's like, damn, like I said, now I'm putting your feelings over mine, and that's never I can't say that's never been me, but that hasn't been me in a long time. That hasn't been the position that I don't even want to be in that position. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to be in the position where it's, damn, let me put your feelings and how you're thinking over what I'm feeling. Yeah. Because that's not how it should be.
No, it definitely shouldn't at all.
It should be, I'm focusing on me and I'm focusing on what I need. And I'm going to put my happiness first. And if we both make each other happy and I make myself happy, you make yourself happy, then that's how it should work. That's how it should be, not I need to make you happy and you need to make me happy, because what the fuck is that?
You're 100% right. Like, first of all, like, if you're going to meet somebody, man, like, I think I said in the other podcast, like, that person needs to love themselves and you need to love yourself. So when you guys meet, it's like, all right, I'm happy with your company, you know, like, my biggest thing right now that I've been thinking about is, like, this is the way like, my perception of it is, like, I don't need you, but I want you. And if it's vice versa, where, like, I need you, but I don't want you, you know, like, I just need you, but in reality, I really don't want you. Like, I just need you because I want somebody to make me happy. Like, that's when the red flags comes in. But if you have somebody that's like, you know what, like, I really don't need you, but I want you. Like, I want your company, you know, like, that's kind of like, it's a difference right there, you know, like, I feel like that's a really big difference. And I feel like I for some reason, I just keep thinking about that. And I agree with that a lot. And I don't even know where I saw that at, but honestly, like, that's what you want. Like, you want somebody that's happy with themselves, regardless of somebody or not. But if they enjoy your company and they want your company, then that's like a win-win, you know. And like, imagine like your other partners like that as well. Like, bro, like, that shit could go far if you really think about it, you know. Like, I think that's like a goal, like, when it comes to like meeting people, you know, in general. I think it just not even just relationship wise. I think just in general, friendships, meeting somebody you want to be with, you know, like, that's what you want. I think like you saying that is very true. Like, that's when you have like those little red flags in a way.
Just remembering that, you know, people aren't perfect.
No, nobody's perfect, man.
I think that that's the most important thing, is that people aren't perfect. So putting your expectations on somebody and expecting them to live up to your expectations, it's really like, that's not the world we live in.
Definitely true.
Your expectations should be of you, not of somebody else. And I think that that saves from disappointment. I think that that saves from any conflict, because at the end of the day, the only person's actions you can control are yourself.
Exactly. Yeah.
I guess you can't really let somebody else influence who you are, right? Because if you let somebody else influence who you are, then you're really never going to find the true you.
When it comes to that, yeah, exactly. But on the other side, like, if you have like a really great person that's influencing you to be better, then why not? You know, like, I feel like that's like the vice versa. But if it's somebody that's like just, you know, like influencing in a negative way, then yeah, that's the energy you don't want around you. You know, like, it doesn't have to be like a relationship. It doesn't have to be like just in general. Like, you definitely don't want anybody that's just like around you, like influencing you, like to do bad shit, or like just giving you those bad vibes, bad energy. Because that's when you gotta grow and realize that, yo, this person's like messing me up. Like, I gotta better myself, and I need to be around people that are gonna support and help me in general. You know, like, I think that's the total goal right there.
That's when it feels like, damn, really, for real, nothing was the same. Like, the way I view relationships is never going to be the same,
Right.
because the impact that this person had on me is going to last forever.
Say if it went totally bad, but you know, there's always good parts. I mean, you guys were in a relationship for a reason, you know. But at the same time, once you realize I have to move on, you know, like, you got to think about how much this person like influenced you. You know, like, going back on that, you know, like, be thankful for it. You know, good or bad. Like, now you learned and you grew as a person. You know, and you would hope that the other person did as well, and you guys are both on your own ways, and you're both happy with your lives. And like, whatever happens in the future, you know, like, just hope for the best for the other person. You know, like, just be thankful for the experiences that they gave you.
Hey, who hurt you, Kique?
I won't talk about it, bro.
You just got to be aware of all that stuff, right? You got to be aware of where you're at, and know that these feelings don't last.
Right.
All of this bad shit that you're caught in between, and this idea of who I need to be and who I was, and it's just a hard thing to navigate. And I know that everybody in their 20s goes through that, right? Because like I said, you want to keep these parts of you. You want to keep all these good things that you think are good qualities, but now somebody or people are telling you, like, do you really want to be like that? Is this the route you really want to go? And I'm not talking about one person, right? I'm saying in general. These are the reactions that you get from people. And it makes you think, like, okay, when do I change course? When do I really have to accept my new reality?
Right.
Do I have to accept the new reality? And if that's the case, how do I continue to be who I am and do what I love to do? But on that note, man, I really appreciate you coming through. Like I said, this one was inspired by the album Nothing Was the Same by Drake, because nothing really was the same.
Shout out Drake.
Shout out Drake, Sad Boys for Real.
Jersey Dre.
That's going to be all, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure you go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you pick up some sunglasses just like Kique. Get a rose tatted on you as well. That's going to be all. Sad Boys for Real. Peace out.
This is Sad Boy Radio.
Broken pieces, who's to blame?